Captain on the bridge.
Howdy, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online ARC website. So, on screen. Yes, Captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor. Like it, also subscribe here to YouTube Bridge, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love, our passion, of course, for Star Trek Online, and of course, things Star Trek. With that said, here we go. Now, Captains, you know, usually we use the Star Trek Online Twitter feeds as our usual sort of source of information. And the last thing that we saw here from the Twitter feeds, because we're also going to go there, was this. Captains on Xbox and PlayStation can earn bonus marks throughout the game this weekend. That was March 29th. Now, the ARC site had this: new items in Mud's Market. Now, Nani, why? And this was March 30, so I guess someone forgot to put it there, so I guess we're gonna have to keep a lookout as well as on this site on top of the Twitter feeds. I don't know, I just find Twitter just kind of easier for some reason because that's just how we've been doing it. But regardless, we're a little late on this, so my apologies, Captains, but nonetheless, we still have some time. So what we're going to do is go over the blog, go over the items, along with something still from also the last stream that they had there on 10 Forward. Kind of drop our ECs there, and of course, at the end, give our conclusion. So, here you go. New items in Mud's Markets. 3 new items: Tholian Web Spinner Array, the Core Uniform, and the Lorca and Landry Holographic Bridge Officers come to Mud's Market on all platforms. So that's not only on the PC bridge, that's also on the console bridge as well. So again, no mention here in the Twitter feeds, so none. Now, you go to the blog here. It's not really long, so it's going to be really short, but here we go. My dear friends, my greatest customers, you have traveled far and wide to find Mud's unique store of wonders. Thank you for coming today. You humble me with your very presence. But now is the time you've all been waiting for. We're here to unveil my latest items. First, a special console for your ship, one of my favorites. It is of Tholian origin. Don't ask me what I had to go through to secure it for you, but anyway, if you ever need to use force on not so friendly folk out there, this will put you in control of the situation. And then there's this uniform that was gifted to me by the House of Core. I can already see how great it would suit you over there. Sir, finally, I have acquired the services of the distinguished Ellen Landry and Gabriel Lorca. You're laughing, but it's true. Yes, I know they are not actually present right now. I can assure you that you will be able to profit from both their skills and knowledge, all at a criminally low price. What? Oh, none. That's just a figure of speech. You know, I would never. Now, Mud has 3 new items coming to his Mud's Market today. Of course, that was March 30. Grab the Universal Console, the Tholian Web Spinner Array, the Core Uniform, and the Lorca and Landry Holographic Bridge Officers. In addition, save 75% on everything except the bundles in Mud's Market from March 30 until April 3rd. So, it is April 1st as of this video, so there's still a couple of days left, Captains, if you want to go to get stuff from the Mud Store. Again, at a 75% off. Again, of course, that it doesn't include the bundles. Now, the one thing that we'll show before we get onto the store bridge to go over the items, but not only that, just might as well go over whatever's on sale, is the Core Uniform. Now, this we got right here for free. I believe we just get this for free when you make a disco tune, if I'm not mistaken, but I have this uniform, I believe. So, it's there for you, I guess. If you want it, would I recommend it? Nah, it's okay. You know, I do like some of the looks now of the Klingon disco tunes when it comes to their models, because now they have hair. They just look better, but it just looks more detailed. Maybe that's why I like them, but anyways. So there's that. We're gonna go quickly in game here. And then head on to Stowe. There we are. Let's open the store here. Okay, also, captains, today is April 1st. The Artisan sounds are back. So just to let you know, if you heard that, it's there, and it's good to have fun. At least you can turn it off. And one of my favorite things here is you do this. Actually, you know, engage. That was long, but it's there for you. Kind of a fun thing they do yearly. That would be awesome. So a lot of captains had mentioned it'd be awesome if they kind of just kept that in game as an option, of course, that you can turn on and off. But it also would take away from exclusivity, I guess, of it being April Fools. Now this also works when you're pew-pewsing, captains. So I'm gonna leave that to you to find out, and or you've already found out when you go pew-pewsing, there's actually pew-pew sound. Pretty good, actually. Anyways, so there's that. We're gonna leave that on. So let's go over the sale. Not only is there a sale in the Muds Market, but there's only keys on sale too as well. As you can see here, the keys are 25% off as well. So if you need keys, there you go. Now, having said that, I would rather go for 30% or 35%, obviously, but I wouldn't use the keys to open lock boxes. I would rather just use the keys, put them on the exchange to get the EC so that you can buy your ships for your pretty pew-pews. Just saying. That is our recommendation there. Of course, you have to kind of wait after the sale, and you kind of want to monitor the EC so that you can kind of maximize your return on that. So anyways, I'll go over this first here. So the hologram Lorca and Landry bridge officers, they're cool. If I'm not mistaken, this was given away as a code at a convention a couple of years ago, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe just 4 or 3 years ago. And it's cool. I would love to have them, but I don't need them. Is this something that you want? If you have the resources, captains, go ahead, have them. Why not? I do enjoy having bridge officers, of course, that are from the series, like Janeway, that we have, Lita, all that. But I don't know if it's, for me, worth it for 1500 Zen to unlock them. But they're pretty cool. The models of them look pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, especially Lorca's model. But so there's that. Of course, the core uniform as well. But again, it's not even showing up for me because I already have it. Next up is the Universal Console. Can we just have a little laugh here? It's pretty good. The Universal Console Tholian Web Spinner Array. Now, captains, we know that last year, I believe, this was part of the consoles that got a nerf bat. And I've never really seen a lot more captains use this. I still see it here and there. It's not a game breaker. I do have this console, but that's because it was a reward for an event that we did. I've used it maybe twice. That's about it. And it's not really, I don't know, for me it's just something I can't recommend because it just doesn't have any part in any of the builds that I do for the way I play. But if this is something that you're going for, maybe a Tholian type build, and you do have Tholian ships, hey, definitely 100% recommended if you're going for that theme build type, but it's there for you regardless. But as you can see here, as of this video, there's 2 days left, so we still got plenty of time to make that decision if you want to get this, and it's for 2,000. 75%, this is the best sale that you're ever gonna get in a Mud store. I have never seen it go past 75%. It's always been that. Now, of course, it doesn't include ships, but it is what it is. So that else is on sale. The Imperial Rift set, we'll just go over this right now because we're here. It's okay. It does actually have a cool theme to it for me. I'm going to use it for like a wave gun on a battleship type theme. But we did get this, unfortunately, a lot of the items here we got from events, so we already have this. If you have the resources sitting around there, there's nothing else that you're kind of eyeing, go ahead. 100% recommend it. Like I said, I'm using it or will be using it for a theme build in the future. when I get to it. This is something that is unlocked in my account, so it's been nice on alts, so nothing to complain there. Elachi Walker Combat Pet. It's fun, it's slow. It's really slow. It's not gonna keep up with you. If you're gonna use it in the same room or place you're gonna be, but don't expect it to follow you. It will, but it's not gonna catch up. And by the time it does, if you're running across a map like, let's say, the Dyson Boss Battle Zone, it'll probably despawn already. But it does have a cool animation when it comes in. It literally comes into the map, kind of coming down, and then the legs kind of spin and come out. It's pretty cool, I will say that. Starfleet uniform. Let's see the combat pet here. Did he show it? Oh, no. Didn't even show it there. But the Starfleet uniform, this of course we saw in Star Trek Picard. Again, we got this for free, or I got this for free when they were giving it out. All you had to do was literally log in. It's cool, but now with where we are as of this video in Star Trek Picard, they already have different uniforms. So, I don't know, I would say just hold out on it. If you really want it, get it. I like it. I have a couple of my tunes on it as their updated look for Starfleet. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the costumes that we see now in Star Trek Picard. So maybe hold off on it so that, or maybe just use something else to kind of mimic this, and you don't even have to spend Zen for this. Beep bop. Oh my God, cyclic modulation weaponry. We got this again for a reward. Pretty cool, easy way on my other alts to get the Pendevers, the personal endeavors, when they get the damage type X on the ground. I find a hard time to really recommend this though, to be honest with you, Captains, but it is there for you. The Alliance camera bundle, if you want the uniform, that's all it is. Just literally the uniform and the shield though. So some visual there for you. If you Captains want to spacebar your ship up, the shield itself is pretty good. I believe I have it here. The Alliance shield uniform, we can maybe show it off on the inquiry here. Let's go to visuals. I might have it here, maybe. Kelvin, Prevail, nope. Thought I did. Oh, there it is. Alliance Vanity Shield. It kind of gives it a sort of whiter look there. It's all right. It's a good looking. It's a good looking visual, but I do like kind of leaving my ships the way they are, usually canon. Very rarely will you ever see me do even a kit bash, but like, well, I did that on a World Razor, but it's there. More space Barbie, definitely, if that is something you want to do. Back to sail here. There's that. The Red Angel suit. This is cool, and I think this was sort of the beginning experiment for us to have the Voth exosuit, which we do have now as a reward from the recent event, or the event that's going on right now for the Breach event. It's cool. You get to activate it, and you're floating just above the ground, kind of hovering, and you can float around the map there a bit. You have different abilities when you're in the suit, but the secondary sort of function of the suit is when you die, when you have this equipped, you actually get resurrected, and you can only use it like once every 90 seconds or something like that, or whatever it is. So it is cool. For 3,000 Zen though, I'm not sure I have benefited from it, no doubt. I've died many a times on my alts, and this has saved their bacon. So if you have the resources, again, Captains, go ahead. It's something cool. It's seen on screen. It's canon, so why not? But if you're not into it, nah, it's nothing special, not game breaking. The performance of it is meh at best, in all honesty. Next up here, the Rizian Weather Control Vessel. Of course, this was the summer events a couple of years ago, I believe. Now, reward, it does come with the Neutronic Eddies console, which got nerfed, and I heard it did get a little bit of performance boost again, but it is still part of some Sci-Fu builds that I see out there. Not sure how super important it is. I have an idea for this ship again. Now, we've used this ship already in some of the builds, or a video that we've done already here on the YouTube channel, and we have another idea. And we're going to definitely get back onto the ship and have fun with it. Having said that, when I used it, it did fine. I just did a torp build on it, of course, and it performed really well. The console itself, like I said, still I see some people using it, but I don't hear and or even know if it's even part of the Saifu meta, because I am not that. So there is that. Rising Corvette, this was years ago when this was the reward for the summer event. The experimental weapon is still probably one of the best ones from what I'm hearing. There's some creeping up there, but it's great. The ship itself is fun to fly. Not game breaking though, in my opinion. Just nice to have for me, in all honesty. Corrosive plasma weapons, I've heard mixed things about that, so it's up to you, Caps. If you like the idea of corrosive plasma weapons, you also get a tech upgrade there, but it's something that I would not recommend. And that's coming from Fetty Boy, so, but if plasma is your thing, that's an option there for you. Who doesn't like as the title says, dino with frickin' laser beams attached to its head? Like, are you serious? It actually says that on the actual title itself. That's awesome. Dino with freaking laser. It's fun to have, but it's not game breaking. It's just nice to have, to be honest with you. Kid Drone, I can't say this even. I'd rather get, if I had to recommend something, Captains, between these two, definitely the dino with the freaking laser beams attached to its head. This, I feel like it's still broken. It was broken from day one, and I haven't heard a fix from it. If it's been fixed, great. It's just another pet that you can use on ground if you so choose. It's about time pack. Now this has rewards from previous missions that are no longer available. And one of the greatest one, of course, is the Ophidian Cane, but also you get these two buffs here. Now, it does include, of course, the Ophidian Cane, like I said, the Shard of Possibilities, and of course the Breen Tactical Bridge Officer, and of course the Riemann Science Bridge Officer there. Again, hard for me to recommend because I don't even use it. I have it, but I don't even use it. I wish I could give it to you, Captains, because I'm not even using it. But again, if you got the resources, go for it. I will have to admit, when it comes to Space Barbie, I don't like switching costumes. But when this came out, when they gave this to us for free, and if you miss out on it, it's great. It does really look good on both, of course, obviously females, but also male characters as well. So something to consider. I do recommend it. I don't think there'll be an opportunity for them to give it to us for free like the other uniforms. So I'd rather have this because I love the civilian look of that. The Nano Pulse War Target Ground Combat Pet. Yes. If you have the resources, yes. Really fun. It is really fun. And again, of course, it also comes with Ultimate Tech Upgrade. The Fikiri for Rank Dreadnought Carrier, not really too attached to it. So if you do like the Fikiri looks, it's there for you. The Prowess World Satellite of Doom. I have this on like one alt. And it does shoot things, and I think it does also tractor beams your enemies close. So there's that. Again, if you have the Zen, why not? But I'd have to say, performance-wise, I don't really see much coming from it, to be honest. If I had it, I probably would not be using it. But who wouldn't want an EMH Bridge Officer or the Doctor from Voyager, of course? It's cool. One of the better looking models, closer to what he looks like on screen. So there is that if you want him there, but he's also just 1,000 Zen. So something to consider. That's only if you're an LTS, that's 2 months and you get your own dock. So there you go. Reiterative structural capacitor, something that of course that I use on my tank personally, because that's all I have. It helps, but again, I think there are better alternatives out there, but they're for you. Evil Lorca's armor. Again, if you're into Space Barbie, this looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool. But for 2,000 Zen, it's a little steep for my liking. the Crystal Barrier of Death pack. Now this is hilarious. So you get the Universal Kit Module Crystal Prism, and it's kind of fun on, and I believe this is it on in space? I believe so, or is it the ground? Deals anywhere, galaxy. So only sucker, goes bundle. Enemies together nearby site with a refreshing duration Prisma link, increasing. I think this is the one in space actually, but or ground. Regardless, it does a little bit. I think it's the space one to do some sort of damage, but I don't find no difference. Goktad Carrier, again a Prekiri, something if you like, the one that I call that looks like plankton from SpongeBob, because when you look at it straight, it looks like plankton. Now, a lot of my builds, torpedo builds, I sometimes do use the Black Ops Mine Launcher. Again, we have access to it. It's kind of cool, the animation, you get two different types of mines that it spits out, and it kind of spins. So it has a theme behind it, of course, Black Ops. So if you're going for a theme build, again, if you have the resources, go for it. The .7 utility drone. Now, this, of course, is in Discovery. I can't get behind this. I really can't. I'm gonna have to say no. It doesn't really do much for me. It feels like a ripoff, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. The Qualash frigate. Now, good thing about this, you actually saw this in Star Trek Picard. So it's like their frigates / shuttles, whatever they're doing. We actually saw this attached on the USS Ilios. That was Beverly Crusher and Jack Crusher's ship. So if you wanted a cannon, if you're one of those captains that love collecting cannon ships, well, ships that you've seen on screen, why not? I haven't even personally used this, but we might have to do something with that now. Crystal Power Pack. Again, if you have the resources and you want to do a sort of anti-proton theme builds, this is your chance right here. Voss Power Subcore. It looks weird following you around, so I can't say I recommend it, to be honest. Temporal Vortex Probe. Now, of course, this is a first contact reward, and again, if you're wanting a theme build, we're going to be using this in the future. So it is there for you. It does have almost the same visuals as what we see on screen. So it's there. Captains, if you guys got the Zen, yes, 100% I recommend. It's a huge honkin' sword that flames. Yes, I recommend this as something for fun in Space Barbie. But if it's not for you, then that's okay. You can skip out on that. Do I really even have to? I can't say that I would put my tune in this, but if this is something you're looking for, it's right there, Caps. And then, of course, you got the Bentham Cruiser. I can't say I recommend it. I don't like the look of it, and I heard that it's flying backwards. I can't know why that they haven't fixed that, but it is what it is. Now, this crew, highly recommend. Even just for the sake of having them, I definitely would recommend this pack if you have the resources, Caps, because you get Spock, Uhura, Scotty, Sulu, McCoy, Chekhov, and Rand. Why would you not want to have them in your crew, especially if you have a TOS themed crew? So that's on sale right now. Again, 75% off. That's the best, highest discount you'll ever get in the Mud store. And of course, then lastly, you have the store warship. I call this the Space Batmobile. It's cool. We used it. It's fun. Hard to really recommend, but again, what I recommend, because usually it's something that you usually don't use, and you only use it for purposes for the channel. But if you like the Prekiri, there you go. That's there. So that is that, Captains. Thought we would just kind of drop that there. So now we're going to go back here quickly to the interweaves here, and we're going to go to 10 forward stream notes. Now, We already did a video, of course, reacting and giving our initial thoughts to the legendary bundle coming for the Akira and Valdor. And we didn't necessarily watch the stream other than just get those shots for those ships. Again, huge shout out to the Sejukar for writing this down. So there's some things here that I will go over, some things I won't. I will put this, of course, in the description below, link-wise, so that you captains can peruse it yourself. But now, the thing that I wanted to, some of the things here that I wanted to bring is this one here. Cryptic is keeping an eye on the DLX and understands it to be pretty driven by speculation. Initial deflation period was caused by people manipulating how much they were exposing to the market. Once it was determined that the DLX would likely drop below 500, the process is still ongoing. So there's a lot of sloshing back and forth as people with large reserves of DIL determine what they want to do with it. That's actually true for me. Cryptic doesn't consider the DLX a done deal at this point, which is good. And it still has a measure in their pocket they're looking at approaching to help the DLX. So the only thing I'll kind of throw at this is Spencer, aka Casual SAB, really put a spotlight on the bot farming there. So as you know, captains, he is totally one of our friends here and friend of the channel, and even supported us in our sort of content creation journey here. But when he exposed the bot farms, that DLX dropped like a rock from 11 million to what it is now. And I think the last time I saw it was like 400 or 500. At 500, but still the backlog of that, so at that max, it was 500K. Still a huge difference from 11 million, and probably would have kept going up if nothing was done about it. So I've already said my thoughts here and there on it. Now, I do like the fact that I said it's not a done deal, so I do hope that it'd be nice if we saw levels of when I first started the game, which I believe was like 200s, low 200s, maybe high 100s. It would be nice, but I don't know what they can do other than the suggestions that we've had is put more stuff in the DIL store, put more stuff in the Phoenix prize pack, even if it be FOMO, just to help. And don't put sales on the same time in the Zen store, because that just doesn't make sense. So let's see. We're gonna keep an eye on it, and of course if it goes down, we might go ahead and do that. Now, I do have enough Zen at this moment to get the legendary bundle, so we're definitely getting that, and we're gonna have fun with that. I would love to see more of the DLX kind of pushed downwards, obviously, so that we can get more stuff for our ore, because most of the stuff that we've gotten is from our in-game resources, and DIL ore is something that we still do have a fair chunk, I'm not gonna lie, but just like what they said there, yeah, I'm not gonna use it until I want something. So let's see what they say. The other thing here was, this was kind of interesting, and of course the blogs for those new ships do come out next week. Oh, this was also interesting here. Jonathan says the DLX reduction happening now was caused by not only the bot farms getting banned, but Cryptic getting acquired by Gearbox. PWE was reluctant to ban anyone. That is interesting. There's TOS for a reason, terms of service for a reason. And if PWE was reluctant to ban anyone, even if they were breaking the TOS, I don't know what that says. You know what I mean? Like, I do appreciate that Gearbox, if they're doing something wrong, get them out of there, Which complicated trying to deal with the bot problem. Gearbox, on the other hand, doesn't have issues banning botters. So if you're a botter, beware. Blog for the new ships come out next week, of course. Now here, Concentrate Fire is finally getting separate timers for player/non-player ships. Torpedo Pets will no longer stomp players' Concentrate Fire. That is awesome. I've always loved the fact that Concentrate Fire was an on-screen accurate buff power, and I've always loved it. I used it before Command was buffed, and I always wished that all my ships were Command. having said that, it sucks that someone else can take it from me. Another ship can use it. But that's fine. Usually it's still you, but with the pets not being able to steal it, that's awesome. So hopefully that will help in performance-wise, and we'll see what it does, but I probably will not notice a difference, to be honest with you, Captain, because again, we just play so casually that we get through the content pretty easy. There's no, like, everything in Stowe is pretty easy, so let's just not pretend Stowe is hard. No. We are at the point of the game where you can put a decent build together and get through most advanced content, if not all of it. So now, something about the Maelstrom Torp, I will see what they say about that. I believe that Torp is coming from the Akira, and this was kind of cool here. Jonathan hints at the Koronagami, will be added to the game at some point. This was the device used in the episode Paradoxus in Lower Decks. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So again, I will sort of put this, and I will put this into the description below so you captains can kind of go over this. But that was kind of the couple things I wanted to go over. And of course, we already did the Legendary Kira and Baldur. Something else here, lastly, that we'll go over. Standard price for the bundle is 12 KZN with a 30% reduction sale price. So what does it include? Bundle also includes 2 ship slots, 2 ship upgrade tokens, 2 special requisition packs. Fed Junior, I don't even know why they wouldn't include that. I don't need that. I really don't need that. 23rd Century Vulcan Ambassador outfit, Mercenary set unlock, Species unlock Cardassians, ooh, Cyborg Miracle Worker buff, and the new fighters mentioned previously. So that's interesting. That is really cool that they're putting that. Now, the one thing I don't see here is the T6 ship coupon. I'm not saying that that's a deal breaker, but I hope they include it, because the other bundle that they released before, 2 ship-wise, and the only one before this one, was the Romulan Warbird one, the one that included the Scimitar and the Derper decks. Dare decks. I call it Derper decks. So we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. I do hope they include the T6 ship coupon, because that would make this bundle even more worth it than it already is for me. Again, Captain is always objective, but you know how I reacted when we heard this. So Captain's a little bit of a longer video, but we wanted to catch up. So I apologize, and we'll take this opportunity right now to kind of mention that when it comes to our videos that we've been releasing during the day, that will be released now more likely in the evenings, because we are working and we have no access to internet. Well, we do, but for the most part, we can't make a video here and there. So it's kind of hard to keep up with it as things break out or as things are released. But rest assured, we will still cover that when we get home, and of course get all set up in terms of our setup to go over the videos or whatever have you they are. Now, one more time as well, when it comes to what we cover here on the bridge, it's just for fun. We do this because it is something that we love to share our love and passion to, like I always say in the intro. And I'd like to take this opportunity to also thank the channel members here who decided to really support us here on the YouTube bridge, not only by subscribing, but also joining. So huge shout out to Spaceboy, Jose Rios, Joseph Amiot, I believe, Afovella, Gary Danaford, Mixed2, of course, not the Mixed mapping, Ice Knight, and of course, Rob, my boy, my bro. I love you all. Thank you so much for the support. And not only do they support us here on the YouTube bridge, but also on the Twitch bridge. So again, I just wanted to shout out the channel members here on the bridge on YouTube, because it just means a lot to me. It really does, Captains, and I love you for it. So Captains, that is the video, a little bit of a longer one, but it's the weekend, so we decided to take this opportunity and go over the things that we missed, but also drop our tier ECs like we normally do. So like the video, comment below, let us know what you think of the items in the mud store. Let us know what you think of the changes to concentrated firepower, and of course, subscribe here to the YouTube Bridge, as we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains. And of course, we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.